Hello, Alice Wheaton here again. Hey, I'm so glad that you're back for the presentation on better sex as a result of imperfect forgiveness. Well, as I mentioned last time, there is no other place where we experience issues that cause us to go into resentment and frustration and fear than in relationships. Yes, we talked about, in the previous video, we talked about what it's like at work when we don't get what we want, when we're not acknowledged. Someone else gets the promotion that we wanted, then what happens is that the leader in us, the achiever in us is frustrated, and oftentimes we spiral down and stay there and feel that it's hopeless. And so, as you know, it's not hopeless, that we can change whatever situation, whatever great, wonderful event happened that caused you to spiral down, that can all be transformed. And of course, in the first video, we talked about imperfect forgiveness, the 4 kinds of forgiveness, and we talked about how forgiveness impacts our health. It makes us feel better, it makes us look younger. Now, that's not to say that the people who hurt us are allowed to get away with their infractions. Not necessarily. There's a big difference between forgiveness and justice. And so I'd like to talk to you now about the role of forgiveness in having great sex. I mean, when you think about it, we're in relationship with someone and they've done or said or didn't do or didn't say something that we wanted. And the natural response to that is to spiral downward. First we get resentful, then we're hurt, and we justify that resentment by being hurt and angry and sad. And then what happens? Fairly soon we can go into bitterness and recrimination and becoming like the person who hurt us when we now hurt that other person back. So just think of it. There you are. You're wanting to be loved, wanted, desired, in and out of bed, and yet you're resentful at the person that you want that connection from. It just doesn't make sense, does it? And so it's possible to have the kind of relationship where you get the love that you want. You have the wonderful sex life that causes you to walk around with a smile on your face, and people wonder, what's happening with him? What's happening with her? What have they got going with them? And so what happens is that in a relationship, something happens and we feel pain. And when we feel pain, we have that reaction. And then we defend and justify. We defend and justify we're angry. We defend and justify when we're getting even. And then we walk around plotting to get even. That's even worse. But then we go to bed, we have a good night's sleep, we have a whole new perspective, and now we want to connect with our partner. Well, guess what? Without making amends, without becoming neutral, without taking 100% responsibility for our own actions, what happens is that sadly a spiral happens and we become disconnected, and then we have to give up, the life that we've known. And for what? So that we can be vindicated and be able to justify ourselves. So there is a process where you can become neutral about what other people do to you and still have great boundaries, so that chances are when something happens that's unproductive or that's hurtful, chances are then you can actually move through it fairly fast. Because I find in my life that having good boundaries, the ability to create boundaries, keeps me emotionally safe and emotionally connected at the same time. And so what I want to leave you with today is the fact that we can be tapping into all the endorphins, all those wonderful feel-good endorphins that come to us. And when we feel those endorphins, they never arrive when we're resentful. Endorphins show up to make us happy and keep us happy. We can't have that we can't have that drug, that endorphins flowing through our systems if we're busy finding fault with the people that we love. It's the same as at work. We just can't. And so who knows what caused us to go there. And hey, listen, I've been there myself. I was in a state for a few years, probably 20 odd years actually, where I would look outside myself for the cause of me feeling pain. When I found a way to look at inside of me, my whole life transformed. I went from being a single mom on welfare for 3 months to wealth. And so it would never have happened. It could not happen if I'm bogged down in resentment and anger and remorse and regret. And so I want to show you how you can move out of that and go into, amazing leadership, amazing achievement, all the while you're having the fabulous health, wealth, and amazing relationships where you have great sex, where you have great love, where you have great connection. And so I'm going to present to you another video in about 3 or 4 days, or 2 days, and when we do that, you'll see how you can participate in an amazing program that will help you move towards the health, wealth, and love that you want in your life. In addition, it will be an opportunity for you to decide whether or not you want to be one of the people in the world who are changing the world in a very profound and amazing way. Until then, be well, be loved, and hope you have great sex. Bye for now.